All right, 9:32 here on Tree Country 1330. And we have a business spotlight to do.
We do. It is our WTRE business spotlight this morning. Kevin McGuire is joining us from Great Plains Communications. Nice to have you in.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Thank you. We are going to talk with Kevin, Vice President of Broadband Policy with Great Plains Communications. So, Kevin, tell us a little bit about Great Plains and a little bit of history of that company.
Sure. So we were founded in 1910 in Creighton, Nebraska, and we were kind of the area phone company. There were a lot of telephone companies in the United States at that time. And over 30 years ago, we began laying some of the first fiber in the Midwest. Recently, you may remember us as Enhanced Telecommunications, or ETC. ETC joined the Great Plains family about 2.5 years ago. And, combined today, we have over 16,500 miles of fiber and continue to grow our network. We touch 13 states, from Colorado to South Dakota, Wyoming, Missouri, and Minnesota. So, very extensive network, and it's really been a lot of fun.
Continues has really grown. I mean, do you guys just, over the past 10 years, the growth has been pretty great, hasn't it?
I think at one point, broadband was maybe a little bit of a luxury, right? Especially fast broadband. But I think, the days of COVID really made it very important, or made it, come to the spotlight that really to be able to work from home, to be able to do school from home, you need to have good broadband access. And so there's been money through the state of Indiana. There's money federally that's going to be coming out. There's a lot of programs that are hopefully going to help get broadband further and further to the more rural folks.
Mm-hmm. So at this point in time, when we talk broadband, like here in this area in southeastern Indiana, it continues to expand. Percentage-wise, how much is available to most folks?
I would say where there's some density, like with a neighborhood or something like that, mm-hmm. I would guess that it's pretty available. Mm-hmm. For example, we serve Lake Santee, and it's dense enough that it makes sense. It costs us the same amount to put up some fiber, if there's 2 homes per mile or if there's, 100.
Sure.
And so, that's where some of the federal dollars and state dollars go to really kind of support that, because it's not a good business case otherwise to do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's talk about, with Great Plains Communications, I know a variety of services that are offered through your company. So can you kind of give us a little bit of a rundown? Sure.
I mean, broadband is our bread and butter. We don't yet, at least in Indiana, we don't yet have all of our customers on fiber, but we've got a good portion of them, and we continue to build out. Our hope is within the next, say, 3 years or so that we'll, or maybe 5 years, we'll be able to kind of get 100% of our customers on fiber. But broadband is, again, our bread and butter. We offer internet speeds up to 1 gig today. We have a managed home Wi-Fi product. So, hey, you don't want to have to worry about what router do I buy or why is my speed not whatever. You can call us and we'll install a managed Wi-Fi, and that way we can get some diagnostics to kind of help support you remotely. Streaming video, so like kind of cable TV
mm-hmm.
type service, but we do it over the top now. And so we've got a little app that works with a Fire Stick that you can actually get our TV service. And then security, voice, telephone service. I actually still have a telephone line at my house. Obviously the more you bundle together, the more you're able to save.
Okay. So let's talk about security. That
okay.
one, just the day and age that we live in, I think more and more people are looking at security systems for their homes and such. So can you give us a little idea of what a security system might look like?
Sure. So I think there are a variety of them. We actually offer a monitored solution, right? So if an alarm goes off, we've got a monitoring group that will call the police, call the fire, depending mm-hmm. upon what the alarm is. There are a lot of home automation tools and, where you can get cameras and those type of stuff that aren't monitored. So those are available, but everything that we installed is a monitored product. We think it's a better product. And automation actually comes with it. So like at my house, for example, I've got all my outdoor lights set up to turn on at dusk and turn off in the morning. I hated driving home and all the lights were on and, you know, gosh, how, you know, like the typical father, you know, I got to keep the lights off. And so, you know, I was able to automate some things. You know, when I set my alarm at the end of at night, it'll actually make sure our front door is locked, because I've got that integrated as well. So lots of options. You know, I would recommend if you're interested, just call our office and we can come out and actually just kind of have a consult with you and talk about what maybe we can do.
Is it offered for both residential and business?
It is, yes.
Okay, awesome. All right. One thing I want to talk about too, in our area, I know a lot of times different businesses, different plans for the area. I know with Great Plains, you guys continue to expand somewhat, but in the next few years, any kinds of projects or plans coming along?
Sure. Actually, we participated in Indiana's Next Level Broadband Connections program, and that allowed us to get some fiber into Shelby County, into Bartholomew County, and Jennings County. So we expanded west. We actually, just yesterday, I submitted the last of our paperwork for our Next Level 3 awards. You know, that's going to bring, you know, I really almost hate to say the areas because the program is so address specific, right? So we can't, it's not going to fund everybody in an area. It depends upon the census block and other technical things. But, you know, we're going to be doing things near Hamburg, the Napoleon Osgood area, Ballstown, Harvey's Branch Road. Those are some that are included. And actually, in my position, one of the things that I will do is to really kind of help you know, strategize and future plan some of our grant activities. And so we're currently working on some stuff in Nebraska. We expect another round in Indiana to happen probably in Q2. And so, you know, we're going to continue to look at ways. You know, we really like to partner with local municipalities in that, you know, so if they're looking for, you know, a broadband partner, we would be happy to have that conversation. So, yes, it's an exciting time to be in broadband. You know, I just ask that everybody is patient as we conduct our build outs.
I'm going to ask you to break down. The girls here laugh at me because of my technology, but break down for some of our listeners, because technology has just really, you know, shot over the stars here lately. But when we're talking broadband, give them a good idea of the difference of what we can expect from what we've done in the past with our regular internet, that type of thing. Sure.
Boy, let me get out my crystal ball. You know, I think a lot of people, you know, my kids, even at home, say, "Dad, our Wi-Fi is broken," or something, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, it's the internet, right? The Wi-Fi just kind of goes on top. And so, you know, really, I think you're seeing a lot of things move to internet, right? If you want to go out and look at your statements for the retirement program through the country. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Social Security. You've got to set up an account and go online, right? Mm-hmm. Medical records, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to say probably anybody that's been, you know, to a doctor in the last, you know, 5 years, all your medical records are online. Video, yes. You know, whether it's our streaming product or, you know, Google TV or Netflix or anything, you know, those over the top, those are really gaining in popularity. And so, I really look at broadband a little bit like a water faucet, right? If you want to break it down as that. And, you know, if you have all the faucets in your house or kind of your main water line, right? If you have all the faucets in your house on at the same time, your water pressure is going to be pretty low. Sure. And that's kind of like broadband. You know, you might think, why do I need a gig? Well, you know, if you've got a couple kids that are doing homework and you've got some people that are streaming and some other things, it's like your faucets. And so the more you're using it, you need that kind of buffer to have enough aggregated data to really have a good experience. And in terms of looking at the future, I mean, who knows? You've got Facebook that's looking at the metaverse, right? Because they think everything's going to be a virtual reality thing. That's going to take a ton of bandwidth if that happens. Many companies. I used to go to CES, and there's a lot of companies. Everything anymore, it seems like, has some sort of a broadband. Maybe if it's not directly broadband, it's got to be connected. Let me give you an example. We have a mattress that has some water baffles in it, and so it allows it to heat and cool. Well, it connects to the internet and tells us about our sleep and did we do well. And so I think you're going to see a lot of internet-connected things. Yes. I think we've got like 50 devices in our house today, right?
Sure.
So,
yeah. I saw the smart refrigerator not long ago.
Sure.
That tells us even our grocery list, what we need, so things coming along that we just really need to be prepared for.
Absolutely.
But I do think, I agree with you, during the COVID pandemic, I think it was a realization, especially in the school world.
Absolutely.
And we had a lot of pockets of folks that really struggled to be able to get.
Yeah, and we set up some Wi-Fi hotspots to try and help with that. I mean, that's the quickest thing that we can do.
Sure.
And so we were glad to have been able to do that.
All right. So again, based out of Nebraska, correct?
Correct. Yes.
And then what other states besides Nebraska and Indiana?
Well, in terms of kind of offices, right? It's really Nebraska and Indiana, and we have offices in Greensburg, Batesville, Sunman, and Liberty. Those are manned offices, so you can come in, pay your bill, talk to us. You can also, call go onto our website and. Find numbers to call, products. There's even, you can enter your address to see maybe what services are available. We're just starting to roll that out, and so even if your address doesn't show up, please continue to fill it out so that we can assess whether or not you can get service. So.
And then, is there a phone number that they could call directly if they would like to, speak to a customer service person to get an idea of? Because I know you do bundles, right? So there are a lot of cool ways that you can combine things and make it very affordable.
Yes, and that's where, obviously, come in if you want to. I think, sometimes it's really difficult to understand things over the phone.
Sometimes we need to see it.
Right, absolutely. And but you can call our office, right, whether it's billing questions, and that number is 855-853-1483. So again, that's 855-853-1483. 1483.
All right, and then will you give us the offices that are open again?
Yes.
To the public?
8 to 5 in Greensburg, Batesville, Sunman, and Liberty.
Okay.
So,
all right, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Very good. Kevin, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Thank you. All right, anything else you want to let us know? Website.
Website is www.gpcom.com. So gpcom.com.
All right, very good. Kevin McGuire, Great Plains Communications, thank you for being with us this morning.